Hello, hello, Forever Young family. Oh, family, I like that. How are you today? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Putting on some lip stuff. Okay, I'm going to bring Shelley on because we're going to talk about fun, fitness, pleasure, and play. Woohoo! I could use some of that right now. All right, so I've got Shelley coming in. Reggie, hello, Reggie, welcome. Here comes Shelley. Good.
Hello.
Hello. But it's afternoon.
It is
Almost.
afternoon.
1 minute.
Hey, I don't know what it is if you're in Australia, but I'm looking forward to people coming in from around the world.
Right.
Like, who doesn't eat fun, fitness, pleasure, and play, right, Robin?
Fun, fitness, pleasure, and play. I just saw Courtney.
Yeah,
There she is. I'm going to bring Courtney in too.
Okay, Reggie, it's so wonderful to see you. Hello, hello.
And hello, Elena. Thank you for being here. Look at my hair is doing wild things today.
Yes.
Do you ever like not look in the mirror in the morning and the first time you actually see yourself is when you get on a Zoom?
No, I'm a Leo. I look at myself a lot in the mirror. I'm going to be radically honest.
Okay. Right. I totally get that. Oh my gosh.
Michaela
Yeah.
told me once, she said something about mirrors, and she said, I don't think a Leo ever walks by a mirror without looking at themselves. And I went, I think that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think Jamie was that way, right, Courtney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what's the one thing you guys do because you happen to be a Taurus or a Scorpio or a Gemini? Just curious. Come on. Fess up.
Right. What do I do?
I'm a Capricorn. I'm a hard worker.
Look at you out in the fields. Okay, I love it.
Well, I'm actually inside moving lots of cases of wine, but I figured I'd give you guys a prettier view.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So does that mean that you're pulled to work hard all the time, Courtney?
Yeah. I'm always been a hard worker. I'll put work first a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is that is work at the time.
Well, this topic's for you then, girl. It's a great segue. But Robin, do you know, in relation to your astrological signs, something that's just like a part of you? You can't help it?
I can't help it. Yes, I cannot help. Like I straighten out picture frames that are crooked. Is that a Scorpio thing?
You'd have to Google it. It'll tell you.
I can't stand it. I'm like, oh, crooked picture. I was at a friend's house yesterday and I straightened up some of her pictures.
It could be a perfectionist thing too, because perfectionists do that. It can't handle something out of place or awkward. And that could be your artistic eye too. I'd be curious about that.
Or it was just passed down from your mother.
I don't know. Yeah. I was going to say, and that one thing I know about Courtney, speaking of my mom, that I think really got passed down from my mom to Courtney, or maybe it's just a Capricorn thing, is that she's always looking for how to do something more efficiently. And my mom was that way. I don't know if you know that, Courtney, but my mom was that way. She was always in like, how can we do this easier, more efficiently, like that. And Courtney does that too. So
I love that thought process. That sounds like a win.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder. Elena said Aries are known for the mirror thing. Are you an Aries, Elena? Because you always look good, girl.
Well, then it must be it doesn't surprise me about an Aries, but it's definitely a Leo thing too. So we're sisters there, girl.
Yeah. Very good. All right, Shelley, I am excited about. No, I'm confronted by this month actually because, gosh darn it, I like exercise, but I don't like. I think it's the in between. It's the like getting to the exercise. that I struggle with, like getting the clothes on, putting the sneakers on, tying them up, and then finding like, what am I going to do today? I used to belong to Orange Theory, and that worked for me. And now we live far from an Orange Theory, so I can't go. But it worked because not only did I pay a lot for the monthly fee, but I had to, if you had to schedule when you were going to go. So I'd go into the app, I would schedule what class I was going to take. And then if you didn't show up, they charged you $18 for not showing up. So I was like, well, I don't want to get charged, so I better damn well go. So, but now I feel like since COVID, I've gotten really lazy. Like I don't even, like in the morning, just throw on some clothes and I don't know. I need help. I need help.
Well, that tells you something about yourself, how you can be successful with fitness and exercise, right? Because you just shared a great story on what it takes for Robin to get her workout in, right? And then how did you feel after that? Just curious. How did you feel after your workouts?
Oh my gosh, great. Really great, because I could see the change in my body. I don't know how long I did it, maybe a year. Yeah. And it felt good. And I never sweated. Is that the right word? Sweated so much in my life. I mean, it really
things just
sweat. I never sweat so much in my life. Yeah, it really did, push me. And it was cool to be in that group setting and have a coach, and now I live out in the country where I don't have that.
I know. That's really hard. That really is a challenge, Robin. It is. So shall we segue into what this month is going to be about women and how we can overcome challenges, whether it's something like Robin has or, the challenge that she has, living far away and exercise not being convenient, for the gym and to be pushed, needing, wanting a coach and things like that. And we're going to show you this month, there are ways around all of your obstacles and all of your excuses, right? And Courtney, how do you feel about exercise? Do you struggle with it? And if so, in what way?
Yeah, I definitely struggle with it. I've never liked to exercise.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like sports, didn't like exercise. As I've gotten older, I like it once I actually do it, but it really takes a team to get me to exercise. So, right now my friend Tawny is coming over on Tuesdays and Thursdays when she has a break and working with me and my mom. My mom's been participating. So we've been working up to getting more exercise in. We've been doing about 30-minute workouts, which have been really great. And I feel really good afterwards. And I know I need it because I know once I start exercising, that's when I start to lose weight. It's really fast. Like I notice a difference really quickly, but it's starting. It's actually doing it. So yeah, like I said, it for me, like I have to have something or someone to be accountable to besides myself to actually work out.
Yeah. Okay. So I do have a question for you though, because I have seen you work hard. So when you're out like in the fields or in the garden or actually working at the winery, and that's physical stuff, right?
Yes.
Do you consider in your mind that exercise?
Yes. Actually, I would say that's my favorite kind of exercise is when I'm doing something else, because then it almost doesn't feel like I'm wasting time. And I know exercising isn't wasting time, but it kind of like, oh my God, I could be doing something else, right? So yeah, I love when I can do both. So right now I'm at one of the wineries I work at, and one of our member releases just happened. So we have a lot of shipping customers. So already today I've probably moved, 40 cases of wine. And so that's I'm getting exercise in. That's what I do. I think of it a lot like that. I'm like, okay, well, this is my exercise for the day. Maybe I'll squat a little bit lower one time, and so, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving
I
one has been a big exercise in my life the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm bringing that up because number one, it's great that you acknowledge that it's exercise, because indeed it is. And you guys, before gyms ever came about, and back in ancient times, people were exercising because they were carrying calves on their back, and women were carrying jugs on their head, and they were constantly walking. And exercise was actually integrated into their lifestyle, right? They didn't have the luxury of being able to sit around all day or be on a computer. Life was completely different, right? And so what Robin shared and Courtney shared and what I'm about to share are things that you guys can consider doing in your lives too, because we can always fit exercise in the day. And I heard Courtney say that it doesn't feel like she's wasting time when she's being like productive in another way. So maybe that's what's going to feed her and get her motivated, is like, okay, I need two things going on. I'm going to be productive at the same time, and I'm going to work out. Well, for me, working out is being productive, right? Like I have the athlete genes in my body my whole life. And so when I would go out to train, that was productive because that was going to help me win. That was going to elevate my performance, you know? And so we all have different reasons that's going to help us to get the fitness and the movement that we need in our day. And when we were all writing this, you guys, I remembered a phrase that I was told back in the 80s by Dr. Sheehan or something that I worked closely with, who wrote the book on, oh my God, it's been so long. Anyway, he was an avid cardiologist and runner. And so he wrote this great book about fitness. He says, exercise is the panacea to living a longer, healthier life. And it's like, whoa. So it's true. For those people, think about those people in your life that you know that are 40 and above and that don't exercise. Just do a check-in for their mental health, emotional health, physical well-being. I mean, there's really something missing in our lives when we don't exercise. And if you look at the description and the introduction today, you guys, we remind everybody the benefits of exercise. You want to read a couple bullets, Robin? Because when we're reminded, like anything else, right? Those of us who take Shackley supplements, and sometimes we get lazy in our programs, and then we go listen to Dr. Daggy or something, and it's like, I remember one time he was doing a talk on protein or calcium. I went straight to my vitamin drawer and started just taking a bunch of vitamins, like, oh my God, I forgot about that. You know, we need external motivation to be motivated internally. That's what we're going to give you this month. And we're going to give Courtney what she needs, Robin what she needs, Ayoko, Mary, Linda, Elena, Reggie. We're going to give everybody what you need, but here's the secret. You have the key. You have to unlock it and put it into action. It's like reading a book. You can read a million books and it's not going to change you until you start putting stuff into action. So we're going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love what Mary said. You know, she's taking a stretching and flexibility class Friday mornings, but then she feels like her morning is gone because class is from 8:30 to 10, takes 20 minutes to get there. So it's got to be a shift in her thinking to that being, you know, like, no, this is going to give you, you know, a more productive life. I mean, I don't know if you guys have read the introduction. I'm holding it up like you can see it. The introduction that we wrote for, I can, you know, we all know that exercise is important, like ontologically in our head. We know the importance of exercise. But that doesn't make a difference. Just knowing something doesn't make a difference necessarily. So, you know, what is it that's going to have the thing make a difference for you? Like to have me actually shift my thinking to, this is the most important thing in my life to give me my life. And, you know, so number one, boosts energy and productivity. Number two, strengthens your immunity. And you can read the paragraphs that we wrote for each one of these. Do you want me to read one?
Sure.
Shelley? Improves mood and mental well-being, enhances longevity, and promotes better sleep. We know about the sleep. We talked about that. Let's look at enhances longevity. So you ever wonder what the secret to living a long, healthy life is? Well, it turns out it might be as simple as getting up and moving more often. Seriously, studies are always pointing in the same direction. Folks who make regular exercise a part of their routine tend to stick around longer and enjoy better health along the way. It's like they found the fountain of youth, except it's not a myth. By keeping active, you're not just dodging the grim reaper, you're also giving age-related issues a run for their money. So, next time you're debating whether to binge watch another series or take a walk outside, remember, each step could be adding precious moments to your life's clock. Yeah. I mean, when we wrote these, I really got in touch with, I can't be so lackadaisical about my thinking around my body and what I need to do to keep it healthy.
Yeah, Robin, thanks for sharing that. And for those of you listening now and post-broadcast, I really encourage you to go in and read the lesson. It'll take you less than 5 minutes. And that could be the inspirational tool to go, yeah, that's right. And it creates a lot of value to the fact that, you're exercising. It's not wasted time. It's the most valuable time you can put in. I know a lot of you in here are focused on nutrition, and it's like that slogan that something's worth a pound of cure. Prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? And so that comes to food being medicine. It also comes to exercise, literally being medicine for our body. But the most favorite part that I was addicted to was the endorphins. So it helped elevate my mood. And I always felt awesome after doing cardio work, whether it was cycling or running, it was intense workouts to get those endorphins flowing. But you even said well, that's Orange Theory's no piece of cake. I remember, doing that as well in Boulder. It gets the endorphins when we feel better about our life. And it's like, you can't put a price on that. You can't even take a drug for that.
Right.
So I want to add something to the exercise. What we're really looking at this month is, making it fun, right? So where can we fit it in that it's going to be fun and enjoyable? And so it might be things like going outside and throwing the football with your kids or your grandkids. So I don't want people to freak out that we're going exercise, because we really are going to look at how to fit it in, even in short periods of time.
Yeah. Thanks for that. And that's the fun and pleasure and play part. And so you don't want to miss a week. Each lesson is huge. And this week is going to invite you to start reflecting on what you're doing, what you've loved in the past, and invite a little bit of experimentation into your life. So you guys, this doesn't take a lot of time, but it's going to give you more time on the end, right? Like Mary, I heard you, mention that, you want to adjust your thinking. Well, doing them in the morning will actually give you more time because you probably have more clarity. You're more relaxed. You're less stressed. You could be more focused versus not doing that in the morning, So yes, absolutely fun, pleasure, and play. From pole dancing to throwing footballs, we got you.
Yeah. I have an idea too. I have an idea because this morning I was on a business call, and during the call I was sitting, right? And I'm thinking about this month's habit. I thought, well, why don't I get off my butt and while I'm listening to this thing, do some squats? So I did squats and I did squat kicks. And, and I could feel it. And then I have a little rebounder. So I went down, and while I was finishing, I was bouncing on the rebounder. So what if the rest of our Monday calls, instead of sitting here doing the call, what if we were actually moving during the call? We want to think about that. That might be fun.
I love that idea.
It might make some people dizzy.
I know, right?
Oh, I know that's true. That's true.
They can do it while they're listening.
Yeah. And maybe we could do a little, a couple minutes of dancing or something. That would be fun.
Yeah, I love that. And, one of the things that I love to do is if I have phone calls to make, I will be on my phone, but I'll be listening. I will be present, but I might go for a walk. And so I'm getting, two things done. I'm getting this connection, and I'm also getting my walking in. And so that's, another really easy way to move it, as Elena says. Yes, and
Move it
even
or lose it.
standing helps. Like I'm standing right now, Reggie, with the computer, not sitting. The DSD today is actually to get a stability ball and sit on that while you're working, because that engages the core. So don't miss the DSDs for every day. How are you guys liking them? How are you liking the DSDs?
I think they're awesome. It just makes me think about, do something, do that little thing. Just it's something different. Duh. Courtney,
Yeah.
I'm going to go grab the stability ball from your house.
I think it needs to be blown up a little bit, but yes.
Oh,
go
okay.
for it.
Cool. Yeah, you can use a bike pump or whatever. What did you just say before that? I lost my train of thought. But anyway, yeah. Oh, all the DSDs this week are about movement, play, pleasure, fitness. They're all related to our monthly habits. So that'll help you, get aligned and do something different and address your fitness at the same time.
Yep. Awesome. There's something else I was going to say. So the lesson really is, like we've done in the last 2 lessons, to start to become aware of your thinking around movement, your thinking around fitness, what kinds of things you like, what kinds of things you don't like, so that you can bring some awareness, like Mary said, awareness of our self-talk, and dance more. Yes. So you can bring some awareness to that, because until you bring awareness to something, it's harder to deal with it. It's harder to, you don't just want to create on top, like my girlfriend put whipped cream on top of a mud pie. You want to deal with the mud pie, right? So that's what the lesson is about this week. And then we will be moving. We want you to move too. So.
Yeah, and we're going to be posting in the community chat, and we're going to be inquiring and getting curious about what y'all are doing out there. And, energy evokes energy. And so when we put just a moment of time in sharing what's happening with us, that creates energy in the group, and other people will benefit, and you will get motivated and inspired. So don't forget to go to the community chat, share what you're doing, either a photo or just, something that you want to say about it. And let's get a conversation going, because that could be very motivational, inspirational for other people. That's what we want.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right, everybody, have a fabulous week, and we'll see you in the community.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.